Ashley Ivy, Arlington, Texas, opposite.
Aguna Namani, Normal, Illinois, outside hitter.
Logan Tom, Salt Lake City, Utah, outside hitter. Sarah McGee, Davis, California, middle blocker. Jen Harvey, Denver, Colorado, middle blocker. Anna Robinson, Tampa, Florida, setter. Courtney Schultz, Pacific Palisades, California, libero.
And the coach, John Dunning, was the 2001 National Coach of the Year. He's captured 3 championships, 2 with Pacific and last year's title with Stanford.
And now let's meet the USC Women of Troy.
Alicia Robinson, Phoenix, Arizona, outside hitter. Kale Bernine, Pico Rivera, California, outside hitter. April Ross, Newport Beach, California, outside hitter. Emily Adams, Paradise Valley, Arizona, middle blocker. Katie Olsowski, Torrance, California, middle blocker. Tony Anderson, Yerba Linda, California, setter. Nicole Davis, Stockton, California, libero.
And Mick Haley, in his second year with a win today, would become only the second coach to ever capture an NCAA title with 2 different programs. Ironically, the other is Stanford's John Dunning.
These 2 teams played twice during the regular season, each winning on the other team's home floor. This is the one that counts for the national title. Stanford in red, or the dark uniforms, and USC, Southern California, if you like, is wearing white. And the first point goes to USC. In the NCAA tournament, the winner of Game 1 has won 91% of the time, 56-6. So Game 1 crucial, and Katie Olsowski serves it right into the bottom of the net. Will the players be a little tight to open up?
Well, always. I mean, playing this match is like teeing off at Augusta for the first time, and momentum, so important in volleyball. That's why Game 1 is critical.
Set to serve for Stanford is Logan Tom. Perfect pass, and straight down the hatch goes Emily Adams, 6'5" sophomore from Phoenix, Arizona, who was just named to the first-team All-America squad.
Rules of the game: best 3 of 5 games wins the match. It's rally scoring, so point on every play. First 4 games to 35th to 15. You must win by 2.
Tracy Lindquist in to serve. Set to the left side, and Aguna Namani tees off. Aguna is a high-flying sophomore from Normal, Illinois. Outstanding player.
Yeah, I think Stanford has the best 1-2 outside combination in the nation. A close second, the team they beat in the semis, Hawaii.
Jennifer Harvey, the junior from Denver, Colorado, serves it out of bounds. Harvey plays in the front line. Now she's replaced in the back line by the libero, or libero if you like, and that is Courtney Schultz. April Ross to serve. USC leading early, 3-2. Bad pass, left side. Set up high to Namani. She's blocked. Stanford, a very good team at covering its spikers.
Namani looks nervous early, not swinging.
And down the line, Lauren Killian. Killian had a very rough semifinal match hitting, and she starts off with a spiking error.
But she was great defensively, and that's the reason Mick Haley kept her on the floor. She had 8 blocks in the semifinal. This one swings wide.
Ashley Ivy puts the ball in play. Shank pass and the put away. Now, Ashley Ivy, the senior from Arlington, Texas, one of the great servers in the country, number 13, and when she gets it rolling, she can really hum.
And this is the matchup USC wants. They've got the libero, Nicole Davis, back passing the middle of the court.
Davis, an outstanding passer, set left, and Burdine fires it through. K.L. Burdine in the semifinals. She hit 371. Spectacular.
And she and Nicole Davis, number 4, are the 2 players that John Dunning said he worries about the most. Those are the 2 players that beat him when they lost at Stanford.
Passes off the net, 4-4 Game 1. And Tom, spiking attempt, out. Their first spike goes out. So Logan Tom hails from Salt Lake City, Utah, now a senior, the 2-time National Player of the Year. 5'4" SC. Nice dig by USC's Lindquist. Trying to jam it was Robinson. Again, the attempted jam, and double contact call. Good time to introduce our first referee today. He could be a key, Joan Powell. Joan Powell is up, and she has assistance from Erica Sami. Game 1, 5-5. And Osofsky drills it down the line. A nice dig by Lindsay Yamasaki, who's in there as a defensive specialist. Lindquist. And it's coming back over.
Great save.
Little pinball defense. And that's got to be a lift.
Now, USC runs what's called a 6-2 offense, which means in all the rotations, their setter will be in the back row. In this case, it's Tracy Lindquist. Watch her. She cannot attack the ball, so instead tries to keep the ball on her side of the net. In doing so, she carries it.
6-5 Stanford. Burdine over the top. Nice dig by the freshman Courtney Schultz. Long rally favors which team, Heather Cox?
I think Stanford, just because of their maturity level and the fact that they've been here before.
USC wants to terminate. K.Al Burdine, sophomore La Habra. I think I said that, but it's worth repeating. La Habra.
Big swing. K.Al was huge in the national semis. I've been so impressed. She's just got ice running through her veins.
Set to serve now is Tony Anderson. Heather Cox talking about the 6-2. So the little people play in the back line, and the big people play in USC's front line.
Yeah, the reason that Mick Haley runs this, and it's really an offense that's considered a lost art, but he's got two athletic setters, very strong attack, always have 3 hitters at all times, makes it tough for Stanford to defend.
7-6 our score. Stanford leading by 1. On the left side, Alicia Robinson. Her father, Leonard Truck Robinson, an all-star and NBA player of yesteryear. She's got the good genes.
Yeah, ball coming right at you. Robinson coming into the screen, goes high hands off of Robinson. I think you want to attack Stanford's right side of the court if you're USC.
We mentioned the team that wins game 1 in the NCAA tournament this year wins 91% of the matches. Stanford, since 1992, 38-1 when it wins game 1 of a match. So the Cardinal counting on a game 1 victory. And April Ross, a little thunder as Ross pounds it through. Tony Anderson doing a phenomenal job getting her hitters one-on-one. John Dunning definitely concerned with the lack of Stanford blocks. 8-8. And Logan Tom comes in and rips it. Tom hit 322 on the year with 489 kills in regular season. Now she sets the serve. One of the dynamic jump servers in the world. He cranks it. Great pass by Davis. And down the line, the ball hit the antenna. Guarding the court, and so it's a spiking error.
Yeah, 2 strategies that USC has. One is to attack this side of the court, and clearly they want to go down the line, but they are 0 for 2 on line shots. It's like thread and needle. You have to make it perfect. Perfect pass. Adams is blocked, and right in the middle of the play was Jen Harvey, the junior from Denver, Colorado, the tallest Stanford player ever. And her blocking is impeccable, 1.5 blocks per game. What this team needs from her tonight, though, is offense. She hit negative in the national semis. Logan Tom's serving is setting up this run. Stanford has its biggest lead of 3. Davis pops it up. Anderson back set. Robinson. And going on 2 was Ashley Ivy, the senior from Arlington, Texas. And that is the advantage of being a left-handed right side player. On a tight ball like that, you can always attack on 2, keep the opponent off guard. Game 1 here at the NCAA Championship Final. We've had 8 ties. We're just getting underway. Stanford, at the moment, hanging on to a 4-point advantage.
Here's what we're going to do. When we make a collect call, we're going to dial down the center with 1-800-CALLATT. That's free for you, cheap for them. Huddle up.
Save on every call. Dial 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls.
Let's hit those showers, ladies. Who's with me?
Great spot. High five. Hard bod. I want your bod.
Bodman Fragrance Sprays by Body Fantasies.
Now through Saturday, Zales has the lowest prices of the season on beautiful jewelry. Like this $199 quarter-carat 3-stone princess cut diamond pendant, now only $99. At Zales, the diamond store.
It's the power of the sun in liquid form. The Power Pack taste of Sunny D.
Game one, Stanford leading USC 12-8. These two teams, Heather, know each other very, very well.
Quite a history. Have met already twice this season. Look at the difference. Just 4 points separates these two matches. USC 1-5 at Stanford. Stanford wins at SC in 5. Now, the big thing, Logan Tom averaged 5.7 kills per game the 2 times they faced the Trojans.
Logan Tom stays at the service line. Popped up over the top. Robinson and Ivy into the bottom of the net. Early hitting percentages. USC hitting just 118 and Stanford 273.
And neither coach will be happy with that. Both teams hit right around the 300 mark on the season. That percentage a lot like a baseball batter's hitting percentage. You want to be about 275 or higher.
Tracy Lindquist has the serve. Harvey is blocked. Robinson sets left again, and Namani drills it. She's not always sure where it's going, but Aguna Namani brings the heat.
Yeah, I'm not sure she's at all bothered by the block. She hits right over the top of it. That's just how athletic she is. Her vertical has increased this year, her sophomore year. No sophomore slump for Namani.
They say her jump is up to 10-7, 7 inches over a basketball rim, and to put away on the right side for Southern California, not to be confused with the University of South Carolina.
Now, this is the rotation that really concerns John Dunning. You see how deep April Ross is getting ready for that jump serve. One of the toughest in the country. Johnny wants Tom to pass every single one of her serves.
13-10 our score, and punching it through. You talk Shaq and Kobe, you talk Aguna and Logan, but the third option for Stanford is that woman right there, Sarah McGee.
Yeah, Sarah McGee has been the picture of consistency all season long.
14-10.
She's the Rick Fox.
There you go.
Not last night.
Fox didn't play so well last night. I was just thinking that. K.Al Burdine. USC looks a little bit tentative hitting on off plays. Tom. That ball's popped up. Lindquist sets left. Burdine. Burdine, you know, she's kind of the unsung hero on this USC batting lineup, if you like. She can really crush the ball.
Yeah, I think if she were a starter on any other team in the country, she would be that first-team All-American, that superstar. But SC is just so deep and talented.
Into the middle, McGee tips it out of bounds. One thing to watch for, the setting of Anna Robinson. She's a junior from Tampa, number 3 in red, or maroon if you like. She is the quarterback for Stanford, and was a little bit nervous in the semifinal. Didn't have her best match. But one thing she's really good at is blocking, because she's very, very tall.
Yeah, she can definitely go one-on-one, but I think she has got the toughest job on the floor, because not only does she have to quarterback this team, but she has to deal with the personalities and the chemistry. John Dunning said she's got the domino effect job, and her accuracy is ridiculously important when you're setting players like Logan Tom and Aguna Namani.
USC scores 3 in a row. We'll step aside for a moment. Coming back to New Orleans, game 1 of the National Championship final. Stanford leading USC by 1.
P to the A to the S to the S. Tell them who's in the house. Tell them who's in the house.
NFL TV 2003. For online football, there's no power greater than X. Rated E for everyone.
The Braun Synchro is the world's first shaver with a 4-way moving head, so it catches more hair in fewer strokes for a closer shave. Only it moves so fast, you can't see it, but you can hear it. And to keep it feeling like new every day, its automatic self-cleaning system thoroughly cleans the shaver and alcohol, leaving nothing to come between the shaver and your face. Braun, designed to make a difference.
Feast your eyes on the new fajita grilled stuffed burrito from Taco Bell. Sizzling strips of marinated steak and grilled veggies. All the great fajita flavors now wrapped to go in a grilled tortilla.
Ooh, fajitas.
Ooh, fajitas.
Taste the new fajita grilled stuffed burrito and think outside the bun.
Game 1, Stanford leading USC 14-13. A reminder, Monday night, Bob Lee moderates a roundtable discussion regarding the ongoing controversy over Augusta National's no female membership policy. Martha Burke and others will debate the issue on Outside the Lines Monday at 9 Eastern, only on ESPN. Outstanding show. Controversial issue.
I love the ones that they did with the Junction Boys. The real Junction Boys. That was a good show.
USC has scored 3 in a row. Along with Heather Cox, I'm Chris Marlowe. Emily Adams serving. Stanford in the dark uniforms. That set was a little bit low. SC retrieves it. Burdine down the line, and she hit it out.
Now USC 0 for 3 down the line. Clearly the strategy is to attack the line defense of Stanford, but hey, you've got to get it in. Otherwise, go with your bread and butter, and that's cross court.
Lindsay Yamasaki comes in. You might recognize the former basketball star at Stanford and a competitor in the WNBA. Here comes Burdine down the line, and Schultz can't handle it. Yamasaki, a big part of the Stanford defense.
Well, she's just such a natural leader. Played with the Miami Soul in the WNBA. Came back to John and said, hey, I've got one more year of eligibility. Why not use it? Lindsay, a starter as a freshman, better than 3 kills and 3 digs per game.
6'2". She might be the tallest defensive specialist in the country.
In fact, when we were doing the lineup, she said to her team, should I call myself a defensive specialist or an outside hitter? She said, it's too hard for me. I'm going to say outside hitter. I can't imagine myself as a defensive specialist.
Yamasaki, you see her WNBA credential. Stanford hitting percentage dropping. Explain hitting percentage very quickly.
Amount of swings. Okay, you take your kills, you subtract your errors, divide it by the number of swings, and that gives you your hitting percentage, or your batting percentage, if you like.
16-15, Robinson. No, check that, Burdine. The first team all Pac-10 selection, second on USC in kills, and now she will serve. You were talking about the offense of Nick Haley and this 6-2 combination. Only one other team in the world runs it at the moment, and that's Cuba.
Yeah, and they're the number 1 team in the nation, or in the world, so clearly there's an advantage there in having 3 hitters at all times.
16 all, quick set, Olsowski. Tees off Katie Olsowski from Torrance, California.
She has got to be huge. I think USC, to win this match, must have a presence in the middle of the court.
A 7-2 run, the 3rd lead for USC. Logan Tom pops it through. Burdine, nice dig. Here comes Robinson. Robinson is dug. Robinson's a go-for-it player. He tees off. SC can go up by 2 here with a kill. And Ross is wide. Can USC win this match if Ross doesn't play up to All-America form?
Yes, if other people step up. They've got an X-factor that's on the bench out of Mexico, and Bibiana Ponzeles. So yes, she can come in off the bench and play the left side, but somebody like Burdine or Olsowski has to have a career match.
Apparently there was a touch off the block, so USC does indeed get the point and go up by a couple, 18-16. First 4 games are to 30 points. Schultz shanks the pass. And will USC continue to work on the libero of Stanford? USC has its biggest lead at 19-16. So what a turnaround. The women of Troy down by 4, now lead by 3 and are on a 9-2 scoring run. You might wonder what the libero or libero is. Well, we thought we'd enlist Nicole Davis to help us out. Here's how she explains the libero.
Hi, my name's Nicole Davis. I'm the libero from USC, and you're probably all wondering what the libero is, and I'm going to tell you. To start with, as a libero, there's a few things I can do, and there's a lot of things I can't do. Most of all, I pass and play defense. Now the things I can't do. I can't serve, I can't hit, and I can't block. My role on that team is to set the tone for the defense. But most of all, I like to frustrate the opponents by not letting anything hit the floor. So you guys probably thought I forgot to bring the right colored jersey from home. But I tricked you. I'm supposed to wear a different colored jersey. Most of all, I like to stand out.
And not only does she stand out in that different colored jersey, but it makes it very easy for the officials to recognize that she is the libero, so she can come in and out without counting as one of the 12 substitutions that the team has.
Davis had a career-high 24 digs in the first Stanford match. She's a graduate of Lincoln High School in Stockton, California.
And an incredible athlete. Is actually a 4-time national champion in karate. She's a black belt and playing on a very bomb right knee. You can see the tape above that knee pad. She injured it in the first game of the national semis. Did not practice yesterday.
So USC smoking at the moment, leading by 3. Stanford struggling a little bit. Robinson dug up. Nice play there by Tony Anderson. And Stanford, I'm not sure if that's the first block, but it is the second block for the Stanford Cardinals.
And Stanford is known for its blocking. Logan Tom, I think one of the best blockers in the world, a great one-on-one. If she gets left alone, she can still stop the opponent.
And the second block, Logan Tom reaches over the net so far and gets what we call penetration.
Yeah, she presses. You watch the palms of her hands as she blocks. Just reaches so far over the net and grabs the ball.
Robinson had the serve, and Robinson has the kill. Alicia Robinson, her dad, as I mentioned, nicknamed Truck, so we call Alicia the minivan. Minivan Robinson. And
she wants to be a sportier car, maybe.
Yeah, an SUV, maybe? There you go, a roadster.
You know, like a Porsche Cabriolet or something.
Serve out of bounds. Remember, point to play serving. And there's Mick Haley, his #1 assistant, Paula Weissoff, former USC star. And arguably the greatest player in the history of women's volleyball. Ace serve! And Logan Tom, she has been scoring points at the service line. She's got a couple of blocks. She goes back and rips the jumper, and we're tied at 20.
And the interesting thing, Chris, is both teams have the matchups they want. Logan Tom, the best servers for Stanford. They've got the best passers in the back row in Davis and Ross. Same goes for Stanford, but still the servers are winning the battle.
Robinson on the run, and she hit it outside the antenna. If Robinson has had any kind of difficulty this year, it's been with her errors, hitting the ball outside the court or out of bounds.
Yeah, she's a killer error type of player. Doesn't like to just keep that ball in play.
Stanford has the lead back on a 5-1 scoring run. Perfect pass. Anderson one-on-one. See ya. If you get one-on-one, one spike or one blocker, who wins?
Oh, the hitter has to win 99.9% of the time. Here's that one blocker. There's nobody else defending. You have got a wide open about 2/3 of the court. The block needs to take up 2/3 and give the hitter only 1/3.
USC with a record of 30-1 this year. The only loss to Stanford. SC pops it up. Lindquist sets left. Ross against 2. And smartly, the little roll shot over the top.
Yeah, that's the difference. The last play, she had one blocker up. So you go for it. You hit as hard as you can. But here, there's 2 blockers up. So the area of the court that's wide open is right behind the block. So you just roll shot and catch the defense on its heels.
13 ties and 6 lead changes. They get 14 ties. We're tied up at 22.
Lindquist back into the game. Back row setter. Still 3 hitters across.
And Jen Harvey will serve it, the most improved player on the team. She replaced Tara Conrad, last year's star for Stanford. Whips a pretty good serve. And the spike off the block. We should tell fans that are new to volleyball how the pass works and how you want the ball to be passed up into the aqua zone, Heather.
And you want the ball to come right up to the net, right about here and right about there for Stanford. That's where you pass the ball so that you have 3 hitting attack options.
So let's see if Stanford gets the good pass.
That's a perfect pass.
Nearly the put away, but a good dig by Ross. Over to Lauren Killian. Lindquist, quick set. Adams. Did that go over? Yes. And as Heather Cox predicted, at least so far, the long rally going to Stanford that time. John Dunning wearing his lucky black sweater.
And he's won it every match about the last 2 months. I played for him. I can speak to those superstitions.
23 all. Burdine popped up. How about that? Joust coming. Stanford was there. Adams got a nice pair of hands, doesn't she? And Killian can't retrieve. Boy, Stanford makes some of the oddest looking plays, but that was just like a pinball defensive play worth 10 or 20 points.
Well, and you can tell that they're well-schooled and well-coached because the chaos plays like that, they make them look easy, and that's about repetitions and about smart volleyball.
24-23. Stanford leading USC. Of course, one of the challenges for Mick Haley is stopping Logan Tom. Now, he coached Tom on the 2000 Olympic team, and we asked him, do you have any insight on how to stop Logan?
No, I don't know you can stop Logan. You know, Logan just kind of cruises. She'll go along, and you think you have her under control, and then she'll step it up. And you don't really focus on Logan. You focus on her team. Logan's going to do what she does, and you can't worry about that. What you have to worry about is the rest of the team that you're playing against, and see if you can contain some people, and then see if your team can play a little bit better.
USC middle blocker Katie Osalski, after prodding at the press conference, said, I try to penetrate and get over and take her cross-court shot away. I think that's the thing you have to do with Logan.
You have to go for her high percentage shot. What I found very interesting, what Mick said about Logan Tom is, yeah, I could tell you how to beat her, but the problem is I know all of her strengths, and what I saw from her against Hawaii in the national semis, in a match that Logan admittedly said she thought was sloppy, Mick said, I saw her do things that I have never seen her do before. She continues to get better and better.
Nobody in the history of women's collegiate volleyball has played at such a high level as Logan Tom, a starter for the Olympic team and a starter for the United States in the recently concluded World Championships. Now, Ashley Ivey will serve. Stanford with a 1-point lead and a free ball coming. You should score on 90% of these free balls. Set high, Namani, and Agana Namadi. She runs in, she jumps up about 35 inches, and then she hits it straight down.
And so far,
up and down.
And down, making it look easy in a perfect night. 3 kills on 3 swings.
25-23 Stanford. Perfect pass in the aqua zone. Adams is rejected. Namani was there. That play took a little...
Actually, that ball's jumping out of bounds. Adams with the tool, meaning using the hands and deflecting it out of bounds for the point.
25-24. Got to keep my eye on that linesman in the quarter. He gave me a bum steer. Nice dig by Adams. Set left, Burdine. Ball is blocked. First contact, you can kind of paw it up there if you like. Burdine trying to hit the line, and she hit the antenna. This is the final NCAA championship of 2002 women's volleyball. Chris Marlowe, Heather Cox, Stanford, and USC. Stanford in the dark uniforms, USC in white. Here comes Lauren Killian. And USC needs Killian to start killing it.
Especially considering that Nick Haley's strategy is to run as much of his offense to the right side of the court. He thinks that's where they'll find success, whether it's to Killian or if he's running middle blockers behind the setter. Look for them to do that more today than they have all year.
Tony Anderson checks in. Good pass there. Right side. Beautiful dig by Anderson. SC trying to turn one here. And down the line, Stanford goes and gets it. Free ball coming up. 26-25 is our score. Anderson back set. And crunching it cross court was Payal Burdine.
And once again, attacking from the right side of the court. The reason Mick said we can have success, he said, because a lot of teams don't defend against it. Everybody goes to the outside. It's like baseball. It's a lot easier for a right-handed player to run to first than it is for a left-handed player. It's just a different look.
Ball spiked out of bounds. The set was a little bit too low. Now, historically, this has been where Logan Tom has taken charge in matches. When the score is tight in games late in the 20s. Dave Shoji saying she's the greatest 28-all player in the country.
Yeah, not only Tom, but I think Stanford is the best 28-all team in the country.
27-26 SC. Logan Tom, here she comes. Nice dig. Set left. Robinson hit it out. And Stanford gets a point. That's the 12th hitting error for USC. 27 all in a game to 30, win by 2. Shorty coming up. Back set. Beautiful dig in the back line, Ivy. And Namani tossed it. A mismangled ball, as my pal Mark Jacobs used to say. The mismangled. Double contact. SC back on top. 28 serving 27. Out of the back line, Namani. SC with a beautiful soft block. Olsovsky block covered up by Davis. Alicia Robinson with the kill. The minivan driving one right down the highway of left front. And Nick Haley's team is going to have 2 game points. 2 game points now coming for the women of Troy. Yes, Logan. Will she get it?
Oh, yeah.
Or a gunner? Let's see.
Outside to Logan.
Here comes Tom.
Bad set.
SC can win it right here. Who do they set? They go to Robinson. And that's it. A Stanford player touched the net. And USC has won game 1. Final score 30-27.
USC showing tremendous balance offensively, making it very hard for Stanford's block to be a weapon. But don't be surprised. This one has gone 5 games. The 2 times these 2 teams have met previously settle in for a long afternoon of volleyball.
USC takes down Stanford in game 1. We'll have more for you right after this.
Nice bump. I got to get a cordless headset. Hold it!
Funny how the holidays turn even the most serious business people into kids again. Consider Office Depot your toy store, because our people know exactly what business people want for the holidays. And we offer a wide variety of gifts at great prices. Office Depot. What you need to know.
It's the power of the sun. In liquid form. The Power Pack taste of Sunny D.
Unleash the power of the sun! I'm a mama's boy. I pity the fool who ain't one. Mama misses you. So when you call her collect, dial 1-800-COLLECT. It'll save her $1 or $2. Mama loves saving with 1-800-COLLECT. 1-800-COLLECT. Save $1 or $2.
You don't have to accept thinning hair or baldness any longer. There is a solution, a natural and proven solution that will restore your own hair permanently.
Call 1-888-783-HAIR right now, and we'll send you your medical hair restoration information kit. You'll receive this award-winning video or DVD free.
You don't have to accept your hair loss. Do something on the outside that will make you feel great on the inside. Pick up the phone and call the number on your screen right now.
I have to focus. Gather everything I've learned. All my successes, all my sacrifices, all my pain. And concentrate that energy into one moment. That's the moment I'll use every single day of my life. There are 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
The St. Louis Cathedral, part of the picturesque setting of New Orleans, Louisiana. We welcome you back to the NCAA Women's Volleyball Championship final. Great crowd on hand here in the New Orleans Arena. We're just across the street from the Superdome. USC surprising Stanford in game 1, 30-27. Don't forget, coming up next, ESPN has, make that ESPN2 as two of the top women's collegiate basketball teams in the country. Interestingly, two of the great coaches of all time, Texas' Jody Conrad and Tennessee's Pat Summitt. You can see Carol Lawson and some of the great players in women's basketball. That's coming up right behind live volleyball.
Now on the season, Stanford hits .314 as a team. Tonight, hitting well below 100, just 8 kills. Now the difference, in my mind, Mick Haley said to stop Stanford, we have to contain one of their two outsides. They contained Logan Tom. They didn't contain Namani, but they didn't have to.
USC's Mick Haley got the matchup he wanted. He started in a different rotation than he has all year, rotating one forward. USC 28-0 when it wins game 1. Now will Dunning counter?
Well, you know, it's interesting because I talked to Dunning before the match, and he said, hey, I have an advantage because Mick Haley never changes. Well, Mick surprised John and changed it by 1. So, yeah, I think now it becomes a chess match between these two longtime friends and rivals. Mick Haley and John Dunning certainly spinning the dial, trying to get the matchups they want, both blocking and serving. They want to find a way to stop April Ross's serving game by having Logan Tom passing her serve. Tom, that is just stunning. This is a player that averages almost 6 kills per game, 5 below her typical output.
USC has rotated back into its normal rotation. That's Alicia Robinson in the front. Stanford has gone back 2. So this will give a different look to the action as Aguna Namani puts the ball through. Logan Tom really struggled a little bit in game 1. What about her body language?
Well, I think she's feeling a lot of pressure, and her body language is certainly one of being a frustrated player. She's been a little bit snarly to some of her players. She's got some young teammates. She's got a freshman libero coming onto the floor. She's got an inexperienced setter, and I think she needs to be careful about how tight she gets her teammates that are playing next to her.
In my opinion, it's okay to snarl at everybody but the setter. You don't want to make the setter nervous and have her set.
You got to keep her happy.
Over the top, Aguna Namani.
Namani has been virtually perfect. 5 kills on 6 swings, 0 errors, right over the top. There's no way to defend that if somebody can hit over the block.
2-1 is the score. You got to dig him. Someone's got to get in there and dig.
Creep in.
Ross, dug by Logan Tom, set left. Here comes Namani, and right over the top, much like a young, fresh Heather Cox used to do.
Only in my dreams
at the
did I do
University
that.
of Pacific.
She is hitting it on areas of the floor that it's the block's responsibility to take away. There's no defenders behind that block.
Here's Robinson over the top. Great up. Logan Tom dove and got it up. Look out below, and McGee tees off.
And McGee is very lucky that she didn't get called. The hitter, and this is what Mick Kiley's frustrated about, the hitter has to wait for the ball to cross the plane of the net. But how about the defense? From the senior to the freshman, and then boom, McGee puts it away on the overpass.
The volleyball dive, if you're not a volleyball aficionado, invented by the Japanese, as were a lot of the volleyball techniques, and a lot of the volleyball techniques invented by the Japanese to combat the bigger, larger Russian team. As Stanford gets the block on the right side with Anna Robinson, the junior from Tampa, Florida. So they block Ross. That's good news for card fans.
Good lateral movement. That time McGee gets hip to hip with Robinson. There's no seam to hit through.
Back set, here comes Robinson. And Stanford in the net that time. You're not supposed to touch the net at any time. Sometimes the official will let you back into it if it's away from the play.
Right, if it doesn't interfere with the play. Back when I was playing, if your ponytail hit, if your jersey hit, that was a net. They're a little bit more lenient these days.
Big spike there by Sarah McGee. They used to tell you in men's volleyball, look, tuck in your shirt, because sometimes the swagging shirt would hit the net. So you have to be careful.
That last play from Robinson to McGee, perfect. That was a flawless set by Robinson. Stanford needs to establish the middle. I think the key might be who wins the battle up the middle in this match.
Yamasaki with the serve. Bad pass. Shank pass by Burdine. So Yamasaki, who's really the inspirational leader, John Dunning telling us we could use Namani in the back, but Lindsay is so important to us.
She has such an influence. The team respects her so much in the experiences she's been through. Logan especially. They're great teammates and friends on and off the floor, and I think it helps Logan's game to have Lindsay on the floor.
Stanford's got the matchup now, I think, Heather, because they have two big blockers on Ross and Logan digging cross court, much like they did against Kim Willoughby.
You channel Ross cross court, Logan can dig all those balls.
7-3. Tracy Lindquist steps in. And Tom getting a little ornery after losing game one, goes right over the top. Once again, if you missed it, she is the starting left side hitter along with Cuba Phipps on the USA Women's Olympic team. You're going to see her in the Olympics playing for the United States, trying to win the gold medal down the line. Adams over the top. Here comes Tom again. That set just too far off. And that's the shot that she likes to use against the Russians when she's trapped. A little off speeder. Timeout here in game two. And John Dunning's team comes out pumped up. SC won game one. But the defending national champs have revved it up so far here in game two.
It's a simple game, really. Just take a ball and some walls and shake vigorously. Indoor soccer, it's a blast.
Tonight, 3 cool reasons to keep it on Comcast Digital Cable. At 8, it's Home Matters on Discovery Home and Leisure. At 9, The Ladies' Man is Out of Hand on TMC Extra. And at 10, John Cusack stars in America's Sweethearts on Stars Theater. It's all cool, all night on Comcast Digital Cable. If you don't have it, get it at 1-888-900-2424.
With a butterfly.
The home of the New Orleans Hornets in the NBA. The New Orleans Arena serving as the site for the NCAA Women's Championship volleyball match. USC won game one, but Stanford, the defending champs, have cranked it up here in game two.
Yeah, the difference has been they've cut down on errors. When you look at how USC got here, look at perfect until Florida. Mary Weiss's squad took a game. And then John Dunning and the Cardinal, 1 game lost to Pacific, but other than that, a flawless performance as well.
Clearly, these are the two best teams in the country. And out of the timeout, Sarah McGee serves it right into the bottom of the net.
Now, John, when we talk about the difference for Stanford between games 1 and game 2, I just called you John.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
I had John Dunning on the mind.
They call me Ron in the paper, so someone's got to get it right.
The difference in this game so far, already 7 kills, 0 attacking errors. In game 1, they had 5 attacking errors.
Logan, 3 kills, hitting 1,000 so far in game 2.
And I like the versatility, this time bringing her into the middle of the court. That's called an X, a very deceptive play.
Into the middle, Emily Adams, and she puts it away. Of course, Adams, a legacy. Her father, Alvin Adams, a longtime star with the Phoenix Suns. She's 6'5", her dad was 6'9". Both can rebound.
One of the family.
There you go. Maybe the most improved player in the country this year, going from a person that didn't even play to first-team All-America. 10-5 our score. That's a horrible set. Stanford tries to block it, can't. Whip it over to Ferdine. Yamasaki with the dig, and she scores! Yamasaki with the drive.
How about that little tomahawk shot right over the head into the corner? Great instincts. Defense is about reacting. Watching the bottom of your screen right there. She just sticks her hands up and gets the lucky kill. I think you give her a kill in that.
Absolutely, and I think if it's close, you want to take those kind of plays. Verdine going over the top, and Stanford's defense is really in tight now. You might notice them on defense. They're all in tight for the big hit, the tip.
And that's not what they want to do. As a perimeter defense, you've got to stay on the line and then read. If you see a seam or see that they're tipping, yes, then you charge, but you got to start in your base position.
Logan teeing off, set left Verdine, and Stanford has the roof. Jen Harvey was there along with Ashley Ivy. Ivy, number 13, up high.
Yeah, look you see the penetration, and that's the key, is no seams, no gaps in the block to hit through. And Stanford in game 2, a perfect game so far, 9 for 9.
A lot of it set up by the serving of Tom. Oh, Ivy with a great defense. Namani, goodbye. Aguna Namani, we asked her about the rivalry this week between the two teams. She said, I love those girls. They're some of my best friends, but I've got to keep the love inside me when I play them tomorrow. I don't want it to spill out. I love them, and I will say hello after we beat them. She's so cute. Down the line, Stanford starting to rev up. Namani, they got her. Killian with the big block.
And that's the difference that Lauren Killian made in the national semifinal win. Had 8 blocks, a career high in leading the win over the Gators.
And checking in is Bibi Candelas, the 6'5" freshman from Torreon, Mexico.
And this is the X factor. They call her the eraser. Just comes in to fix mistakes. She is in to block a ball right now.
Here comes Namani. And Namani sizzles another one.
Great recognition by Anna Robinson, the setter, seeing that a 6'5" blocker is coming in to block the antenna. So what does she do? She calls a set and brings her inside. This ball just coming right inside the court so Namani can head over the much smaller Olsovsky.
Here comes Leahi Hall from Hawaii to serve and play as a defensive specialist. A great defender, not quite the passer that Schultz is. And Katie Olsovsky tees off. So Olsovsky gets the kill. Interestingly, getting back to Bibi Candelas, number 7, the tall one, she did not play against USC in the first 2 matches. Mick held her out.
Right.
Ineligible to play in the first one. Mick held her out in the second one, hoping that she might be the X factor in the final. And Olsovsky kills another one.
And that is something that worried John Dunning. He said, yes, I'm familiar with this team, but I'm not at all familiar with Candelas. And so over the last 24 hours, he watched tape specifically to scout the 6'5" phenom from Mexico.
Out of the back line, here comes Tom, and Tom, velocity, goodbye. Logan Tom, after a slow hitting game 1, is now up to 250. She's got 5 kills, 5 digs.
And this is a strong point scoring rotation for the Cardinal. Ashley Ivy with a great top spin jumper.
Yeah,
right underneath you.
She's lefty, and that's a football.
She's footballed, yeah.
Football, one of the linesmen right on it. And so USC gets a break.
At no time can your toe touch that white line until after you've contacted the ball.
16-9, Stanford leading here in game 2. Here goes Namani again, and she rips another one. She was the National High School Player of the Year in 2000. She doesn't play in the back line because they like to bring in Yamasaki for her. She's only hitting 700. Chris Marlowe liked hitting numbers from way back when. 17-9 and a block by McGee. So McGee is keying on Emily Adams, and she stuffs her.
Yeah, I think this is a great matchup. You see how athletic McGee is stepping outside to stop that 3 attack. It's a quick attack away from the setter.
Stanford has its biggest lead, and Tom could not scoop that ball up. Logan Tom trying to get that ball to come up. Stanford this year a record of 32-4. The losses to Florida without Logan, #1 USC at home, at Arizona, and at Washington State after a long flight coming back from the islands of Hawaii.
All 4 of those losses to ranked opponents on their floor.
Stanford with a coverage. That ball set a little bit outside, and Tom hits it wide. So SC gets a point. The biggest lead was 9 just a moment ago at 18-9. Logan Tom getting a lot of work so far. She's hit 13 balls and put away 5. And we've got a timeout. So game 2, completely different than game 1. Game 1, back and forth, side out battle. Game 2, Stanford leading by 7.
Now through Saturday, Zales has the lowest prices of the season on beautiful jewelry, like this $199 1/4-carat 3-stone princess cut diamond pendant, now only $99 at Zales, the diamond store.
Wrap up some love, deliver a few smiles, and you have a gift to keep the entire family together this holiday season from Verizon Wireless. Get them the America's Choice National Family Share Plan, now with unlimited night and weekend minutes to share on up to 4 separate lines. And now you can enter our Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers sweepstakes to win an exciting trip for the whole family to New Zealand to visit where the movie was filmed. Because sometimes the perfect present is some time with the family. Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you. The Lord of the Rings opens December 18th. Log on for sweepstakes details.
Hot bod. Fine bod.
I want your bod.
Bodman Fragrance Sprays by Body Fantasies.
Stanford band is charged up. They are juiced. Their team has rebounded after a game 1 loss, led by superstar Logan Tom.
Let's Stanford to a 700 hitting percentage in this second game, scoring points defensively with her serve. And watch this next hit, hitting props her body. Absolutely impossible to stop. Already 4 kills in game 2 alone. And yes, she's been spectacular against the women of Troy, averaging better than 6 kills per game when she faces USC.
18-11. Stanford's been in control the entire game, but now USC seems to be getting a little bit of momentum. Emily Adams, a sophomore, played just 24 games a year ago. And this year, first-team All-America. Set left, here comes Tom. She jams it down the line.
Boy, every
so
time
smart.
they've brought the hitter inside the court, typically the outside hitter hits at the antenna. They're bringing her inside, and they're hitting over their body. Clearly, the coaches have scouted that right side defense not strong.
And a big front line now for Stanford. Logan Tom, 6'5" Jen Harvey, and Ashley Ivy. Back set. And sneaking it through. Wow, that is a great hit because she snuck that through Harvey and Tom.
Up against one of the most imposing blocks in the country.
It is the best 3 out of 5 game match. First 4 games to 30 points. USC won the first. Chris Marlowe and Heather Cox. Glad you're with us here on ESPN2 for live volleyball in New Orleans. Over the top, ball dug by April Ross. Little tippy. Got it. That's down. That's down. Emily Adams. Give Adams the kill. That's kill number 4 for Big M.
And some great finesse out of the middle. Watch the deception. Not until the very last second does she open her hand and show tip.
Much like that change-up in baseball. Pedro Martinez, if you like. And here comes Ross. Pretty good pass. In the aqua zone. Logan Tom down the line, and she's being dug now by April Ross, her counterpart. Burdine, and that's going down. Kayal Burdine, and the 9-point lead that Stanford had is shrunk to 4 as the USC women of Troy coming on now.
This is a great point scoring rotation. Ross with the jumper.
right side, and Logan Tom going around the court just like Coach Karai used to do for the USA men.
It's called a slide, and it's a lot like a basketball layup. Watch Logan off of one leg, goes behind the setter. It's a timing play. Great chemistry right now between Robinson and Tom.
And a great call. I think that came from the bench and John Dunning. Here comes Killian, and Killian hits it straight down. Killian, one of the 3 seniors on this USC team. She's from Los Angeles, California.
And she is a Trojan through and through. A 4th-generation Trojan athlete. Her dad on the 1977 USC National Championship team.
That was a beautiful one, coached by Ernie Hicks. And Aguna Namani is back in. Talk about a great rotation. You've got Logan Tom in the back, Harvey and Aguna up front with Ivy.
And you see Harvey calling her blocking signals, letting her defenders know behind her what she's taken away.
Perfect pass. Logan has the dig. That should have been a double contact, not called on the freshman. Into the middle, Killian is dug. Shout's coming. Osofsky takes a rip. Lindquist out of the back line. Here comes Ross, and she missed it. I think Stanford got away with one. The freshman, Courtney Ross, went to set that, and the ball kind of clawed up there. Stanford leads it 22-16. Logan Tom again. Lots of Stanford's points coming when Logan is serving, and that's why she unleashes the howitzer, the BB, and scores another point. Stanford has scored 8 points when Logan Tom is serving. That's what makes her so valuable. She can serve, she can block, she can hit, she can pass. And interestingly, she will talk to her team during the timeouts.
Yeah, all of the Stanford coaches huddle together and discuss what they're going to do, discuss a little bit of strategy, unlike Mick, who's in the huddle. And then Logan discusses things with her team, and then at the very end, the Stanford coaches break and sort of disseminate the strategy that they've come up with. John Dunning surrounded by some experts, Denise Corlett, the associate head coach, Katie Ripp, a great coaching staff.
Coming up at intermission, the head of the NCAA committee, Lisa Love, and we're going to show you some of the action. USC, we gave them a DV camera, and part of the footage is in. Yeah, you'll see some dancing and some hijinks. The USC is not exactly the chorus line, but we think you'll enjoy it. And a great look at Lisa Love. What a phenomenal job she has done as the chair of the NCAA committee.
Yeah, this entire NCAA volleyball committee has been spectacular throughout the weekend. Lisa Love, the head of it, really setting the tone for the great experience these 4 teams have had.
And certainly wearing the 2 hats today, Heather.
Exactly, with the former USC head volleyball coach prior to Nick Haley coming in.
It's been a great year for the USC Trojans. Boy, the sports, starting with the football team, USC Carson Palmer, the Heisman Trophy, Trojans going to the Orange Bowl, and so many great memories this year.
Fantastic job with that football team.
Now, the question is, can USC catch up here in Game 2? The Wind of Troy already won Game 1. A spectacular win after trailing by 4. They pulled away to win it, and Tom iced after the timeout, misses it. Bibi Candelas is back into the front line, number 7 in white, 23-17. So Haley going with a more experienced Candelas. And they're using Bibi to try to stop Aguna.
Right, she's not blocking on the left, she's blocking on the right, but every time Mick has brought her in as a serving and as a blocking specialist, Aguna has gone right over her.
USC with the tallest front line in its history, averaging 6'3". They never have a little person in the front line. As the serve missed by Jen Harvey, 24-18 in a game to 30. Set left, that's a beauty. And right over the top. That might be the best left side set that Anna Robinson has put out. In perfect position.
Yeah, Aguna likes a nice, high, floating ball. Logan likes a little bit of a quicker ball. But watch the trajectory right here. It goes high and outside. Aguna will come in from the outside, and it just floats up right in the seam of that block gives her plenty of time to maximize her jump.
Ivy had a foot fault last time. She gets it in. And on the double quit, Candela's hitting a 31. What would a 31 be? Explain.
About 3 feet away from the setter, about 1 foot above. That's why it's called a 31. It's a very quick timing, up-tempo attack. Hard to defend.
Left side, Namani shoots it down. So if I said, Heather, give me a 71, where should I go?
Hey, you should go like to the first row of the bleachers.
7 feet away from you, huh?
Yeah, when you talk about that, here's where the setter is. A 1 is right above her. A 3 is out here. A 5 is way out here in a higher set.
26-19. Candelas. Beautiful pass by Yamasaki. Coming around the horn. McGee sizzles one sideways.
How athletic is McGee? Now, I said that slide is like a basketball layup. Well, Sarah McGee is actually going to suit up for Tara Vanderveer's Stanford basketball team this winter. Has never played for the Cardinals, but a lot like Paula McNamee, the former volleyball great that then played her 5th and final year of basketball, McGee plans to do the same.
So USC gets the ball back. Candelas will serve. She missed the first 2 weeks of the season playing with Mexico in the World Championships. Cleared to play October 24th by the NCAA. He spins an ace! BB with the bullet. Or BB with the BB. Got a little spinner there, and it's a point. Sometimes a rally can start with a play like that. 27-21. I don't think I've seen Candelas serve a jumper this year. There's another good one. They'll scoop left side, Logan Tom. Nice dig, Nicole Davis. Ross off speed. Right side. And they know they're getting one-on-one coverage over there, Heather. SC focusing on Tom. We're in New Orleans, Louisiana at the New Orleans Arena. Along with former Pacific standout Heather Cox, I'm Chris Marlowe. Game 2, USC won the first, 30-27. And Logan Tom gets the rejection. What makes Logan Tom, Heather Cox, such a great blocker?
Well, she's taught by the U.S. National Program, and that is to pike, which gets your hands and your forearms extended over the net. John Dunning has so much confidence. He can leave her one-on-one and let the middle commit.
First game point. This could be it right here. Free ball to Stanford. Oh, terrible pass. Oh, a terrible play. And when Stanford is making the video highlights of this year, that play will not be in it. That will go to the cutting room floor. Now SC with a chance because they have their best server, April Ross, ready to tee it up. Still, it is game point. Left side, Tom. Trap set. Tom will set it. And Schultz pops it over. 29-22. 29-23. And Stanford a little discombobulated on that last play.
Yeah, they're showing a lack of communication, definitely, and USC is really capitalizing on the one-on-one blocking.
John Dunning inserts a gun of Namani in there to slow down the momentum.
Looks for them to set Logan Tom, though. Unless there's a breakup and a bad pass.
April Ross. Tom with the out of the back line. Here comes a gunner. She whiffed it. Dug by Lindquist anyway. Killian with a waffle into the antenna, and that will do it. Game 2 over. And the defending national champs, the Stanford Cardinal, roll 30-23.
And Stanford with exceptional offense hit 600 as a team after hitting just .094 in game 1. That's the reason for the turnaround.
So Stanford cranking it up a notch. We'll be back. We'll have more for you. We're tied at 1 game apiece.
Attention, there's just been a merger between our 2 biggest competitors, meeting in 30 minutes.
Nervous about being ready for your next big meeting? Worried that your free business site isn't getting you prepared with up-to-date business news? Not getting the insight and analysis you need to have the edge? Ready to get serious? Move up to the Wall Street Journal Online, the highest quality business news source on the web. Log on to wallstreetjournal.com for your subscription and get 2 weeks free.
Presenting Blue from American Express. The card with no annual fee and an introductory rate that's frozen at 0%. Call 1-800-600-BLUE to get yours. You can pay over time, which makes this card remarkably flexible. It has a rewards program with so many choices, it'll make your head spin. You can even bid on VIP passes to big events. Plus, it has a built-in smart chip that remembers your passwords and gives you extra security online. But while there are many reasons to carry Blue, there's only one number to call to get it. 1-800-600-BLUE. Call now to apply for yours. Blue from American Express.
I swim the 200. I study sociology. I grind out laps. I cram for tests. I race nationals. I take finals. And when I finish, I'll be ready to start. There are 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and we're all training to perform in whatever we go on to do.
Back at the NCAA Division I Women's Volleyball Championship here in New Orleans, Louisiana. High-caliber volleyball so far. USC winning Game 1 and Stanford rebounding in Game 2. Now let's check in with Reese Davis and head to the NCAA studio in Bristol. Reese?
Some serious hardware fitting because this is the final day of the fall championship season in the NCAA, and already this weekend we've awarded 2 trophies in football. On Friday night, the 1AA championship game between Western Kentucky and McNeese State. Jack Harbaugh leading his Hilltoppers in to the championship game for the first time, already up 7-0 on the top seed. John Frazier, buck 59, couple of touchdowns on the night. The Toppers took out the 3 seed, the 2 seed, and the top seed, McNeese State. 34-14 the final. The Toppers win their first national championship. In the Stag Bowl for the Division III title, certainly no rookie experience here. Mount Union against Trinity, and Mount Union's Dan Pugh. 4 touchdowns on the day, 35 on the season. That's second best all divisions all time for a single season. Mount Union rolls 48-7. NCAA fall champions, men's cross country. Stanford took the crown there. Stanford also winning men's water polo, and you see the women's cross country going to BYU. And in football, Western Kentucky and Grand Valley State won last week in Florence, Alabama to take the Division II title, and Mount Union claiming its 7th national championship overall, its 3rd straight, and its 6th in its last 7 years. And oh, did I mention, by the way, that they've won 42 straight games? They've been pretty good. Stanford's trying to be pretty good, too, in a fight with the women of Troy, trying to win their 2nd straight women's volleyball title. Here's Chris Marlowe and Heather Cox.
All right, thank you very much, Reese. Yeah, lots of NCAA activity this week. Here, NCAA volleyball, Stanford winning Game 1. USC winning Game 1 and Stanford rebounding capture Game 2. Okay, let's go out to the court. Heather Cox standing by with Lisa Love, the head of the NCAA committee. Heather?
Yeah, Chris, not only the head of the NCAA committee, but also the former USC head volleyball coach. So, Lisa, I have to ask you, today you wear 2 hats. How difficult has that been for you during this match?
Well, sure, it's difficult, Heather, but what a great problem to have. In fact, I'm not sure I'd call it a problem. I'd kill to have this problem. So it's good, it's hard, it's stressful, but it's all great.
You have been involved in the sport for a very long time, a very integral part of its success. Where do you see the sport of volleyball going and just really the growth?
Oh, the vision for this sport is just awesome. I mean, what's happened here in the last few years, it's taking off like a rocket ship. People have discovered it. Rally scoring's been great. We had more cities than ever bid for the Final Four for this sport. We're so thrilled with what they want to do in hosting the game. We're going to go to predetermined regionals. It's onward and upward. It's all good.
Lisa, congratulations on all the success. We will let you get back and watch this match. Certainly a very interested eye watching the USC Women of Choice. Chris, back to you.
All right, Heather Cox. More high-caliber volleyball coming up. Stanford and USC tied at 1 game apiece. The crucial Game 3 is coming up, so stay with us.
It's the power of the sun in liquid form. The Power Pack taste of Sunny D.
Feast your eyes on the new fajita grilled stuffed burrito from Taco Bell. Sizzling strips of marinated steak and grilled veggies. All the great fajita flavors now wrapped to go in a grilled tortilla.
Ooh, fajitas.
Ooh, fajitas.
Taste the new fajita grilled stuffed burrito and think outside the bun.
Sometimes it feels like it could go on forever. That's why we developed Hertz #1 Club Gold. No lines, no paperwork, no waiting. At Hertz, we know exactly how you feel, so we have exactly what you need. Sometimes your sense of direction no longer makes sense. That's why Hertz offers Never Lost, the in-car navigation system.
Right turn.
At Hertz, we know exactly how you feel, so we have exactly what you need.
If you think all batteries are the same, consider this. When monitoring a patient after open heart surgery, the brand of battery hospitals trust most is Duracell. Duracell, trusted everywhere. Still think all batteries are the same? Consider this. When IMAX needed power for their camera, they trusted Duracell. Up there or down here on Earth.
America, this is Nicole Wright.
She's like our team mom.
I'm team mom. She kind of looks like Britney Spears, huh?
No. She looks like Madonna.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are fired up. You guys look ready. We're ready.
And she's ready too.
Oh, I'm born ready.
Hi, how you doing?
And we'll show you the footage of the USC Women of Troy on Bourbon Street next time around. We're coming back, USC and Stanford for the national championship. It all continues after this.
Workers' compensation insurance carriers have doctors they like to call independent medical examiners. They're independent like a fox in a chicken coop. Don't get eaten alive. Call me before you speak to them.
Barry Glazer, legal advocate for the injured and disabled since 1968.
This is my brother Omar. Well, a bullet hit him. I didn't mean to shoot Daddy's gun. I didn't mean to shoot Daddy's gun.
No matter what your kitchen looks like now, make it look brand new again with kitchen cabinet refacing from Century 21 Home Improvements, America's leader in cabinet refacing. We have the best selection of styles, colors, and accessories. You're sure to find a design that complements your home perfectly. Your cabinet frames are probably in great shape, so why replace them? You'll save hundreds of dollars by only replacing cabinet doors, drawer fronts, hardware, and countertops. Call Century 21 Home Improvements now and take advantage of our half-off offer. Pay no money down with payments as low as $79 per month. Call Century 21 Home Improvements now.
Back at the New Orleans Arena, we're tied 1 game apiece. Welcome back, everybody. Along with Heather Cox, I'm Chris Marlowe. Mick Haley said he had a plan. Heather, tell us what it was.
Yeah, he wanted to stop one of the 2 hitters for Stanford on the outside. In Game 1, they did that. They had just 4 combined. In Game 2, USC did not do that. 16 kills combined out of Namani and Logan Tom. Mick Haley has to find a way to slow or contain at least one of them.
Logan Tom, a gun and Namani, the 1-2 punch for Stanford. And USC counters with a very balanced attack. So here we go, the start of Game 3. Once again, it's the best 3 out of 5 game match. BB Candelas, the star from Mexico, stays in. And we're underway. Logan Tom starts serving. And a beautiful block by Jen Harvey. Well, they teach you when you're blocking when you see a tip to keep your hands up, and she did.
The difference after 2 games of block. Stanford has always been a great blocking team, but this is the other thing that really stands out. 19 hitting errors for USC, more than double those of the Cardinals. And
a shank pass, an ace. the third ace for Logan Tom, and besides the aces, she's created some damage even when she's not acing. Her kings and queens have been good.
Yeah, everywhere on the court, she's getting it done. Even if they do touch it, it's not a perfect pass, so it limits their options offensively.
Thomas. Logan just out of bounds, so make it 2-1. And Katie Osofsky will serve it. Off-speed to Namani. Coming around the horn is Ivy. Haven't seen her spike very much. Set left Candelas. And she puts it away. Bibi Candelas, very experienced. She started playing volleyball on the Mexican national team at the age of 13, Heather, when you were in your soccer clothes.
Exactly. I don't think I started for about 5 more years after that. But has a ton of experience, international experience, and she plays like it, like a lot of reps.
Agana Namani. Just love saying that name. Agana.
She has got the guns. Watch her approach. She's way out here, takes a huge approach and a huge swing. And look at the open areas of the court. Goes right down the line. No defenders there. Somebody has got to read her line swing and really read that shoulder, make the adjustment, and move over there.
On the ensuing play, Stanford served out, so USC substituting on the fly. Tracy Lindquist comes in, a senior from Fountain Valley, California. She had 10 digs in the semifinal, an outstanding defender. Namani over the top. So everybody sucked in, got in real tight for Agana Namani, and she kind of looped it over the top.
Oh, Namani made a beautiful adjustment. That set was drifting off the net, behind her, over her shoulder. So she did the smart thing. She went for the high, deep corner and enticed USC into touching it.
Agana with 14 kills, 1 error, 18 attempts. She's hitting .722. And a nice block there. I believe it was Robinson.
It was one-on-one. It was all about Robinson. Look at her drop her left hand in and just clamp down on Killian. Dunning said that is her greatest asset. I can leave her out there one-on-one, and she gets it done.
Ivy spins it up. Here comes Adams, and Adams thunders it through. Who would you serve if you're Stanford? Which one of the SC receivers would you serve, Heather?
Well, you got to serve the big one. So Bibiana's in the back row, stuck back there, but you keep the ball away from Nicole Davis. Their libero, I think, is the best passer as well as Rock. So just keep the ball away from those two.
Good advice. Serve the big fellas if you can. Here comes Namani, and they finally dig her. April Ross was there, set left. Here comes Burdine, and she tools the block.
Now that tool meaning you're going off the hands, getting the ball to deflect so far that Stanford can't play the game.
Like a carpenter uses a tool, you use the block.
What a flip-flop. 22 kills for Stanford in game 2 after 22 by SC in game 1.
Shank pass for Logan. So Logan gets a reception error, and it's 6-5. April Ross has got a terrific serve. She is the counterpart to Logan on USC. And Logan handles that one okay. Back set, here comes Ivy. And Ivy, I'm wondering on a play like that, do you like Adams staying up there to try to block it, or should she come down?
I think anytime anybody is attacking on the floor, you have to have at least one block rep. These players are too good attacking out of the back row to let them have an open net.
6-6, game 3, 7-6, and it's spark plug Lindsay Yamasaki. She did this for Tara Vanderveer, and she's doing it now.
And already her second ace. Watch how low this floater is, right over the top of the tape, and then it just drops.
Stanford may have touched the net there. So USC will get the ball back. USC had 24 three-game sweeps this year, but obviously not against a team of the caliber of Stanford. 7-7. That's trouble. That's trouble, but Burdine shoves Robinson down.
Burdine has just been so important to USC throughout their run, but especially in the national semis and today. Really, she's the outlet. That was a chaotic play, a very poor set, and Kale Burdine still finding a way to get the kill.
10 kills for Burdine. Lindquist has got it up. 8-7 Women of Troy. And off speed, Kale Burdine. She's an outstanding beach player. She played with UCLA's Chrissy Zartman in the 21 and under World Beach Championships in Italy this year and got a 5th. 9-7. Stanford starting to shank a little bit. Perfect pass. Lindquist set and the put away. Olszewski. Katie Olszewski. Her career hitting percentage is .368. That's pretty good.
It's unbelievable. You think as a four-year starter, you've got to have some bad days. Olszewski doesn't. Part of this 4-0 scoring run.
USC working now as Ivy poisons one from the right side.
Ivy, if Logan Tom was not named the MVP last year of the national tournament, I think it was Ashley Ivy. She came to play in the finals against Long Beach, had so many service aces and kills with the net.
Stanford serving has been erratic. 5 aces, but 9 errors. As you look at the numbers for Ivy, a terrific service. She really hasn't got off the dime so far. Robinson to the middle. Here comes Tom. And Tom dealing with it. Logan Tom firing it through. Nick Haley, #1 assistant Paula Weissoff. And there's got to be some mixed emotions for Paula Weissoff sitting on that bench, thinking that, hey, I could be out there right now helping my team like I did in 1981.
It's a phenomenal offense. I don't know if her knees would agree with that, but...
Candelas hits it out. Phoebe Candelas learning English on the fly after coming to USC from Mexico. Apparently Stanford touched the net on that play, so USC gets the ball back and the point. So the micro nets. Oh, what a dig by Burdine. And Burdine keeps it in play. On the run is Robinson. Wow, she was very nearly under. Candelas off speed. And Olszewski full speed.
Olszewski capitalizing on the overpass. It starts with some incredible defense. Nice hustle into the middle of the court. Yamasaki all over it, but just doesn't get enough control to keep it on her side of the net.
Bad pass. And chalk that up as an ace for the very underrated K.Al Burdine. The second ace for Burdine, and Stanford forced to take time out. Looks like Stanford having some problems with its serve receive. Yes, USC is #1 and locked up with the defending national champs. And right now, USC jumping up and down, their team ahead.
Hey, are you ready for an unbelievable experience? Yeah, you're going where there is no up or down. Introducing Mach 3 Turbo. Total comfort, whether you shave down or up. An anti-friction coating on all 3 blades. Plus a strip with more lubrication. So even against the grain, you get less irritation and the closest shave. Can your razor do this? Mach 3 Turbo. From Gillette, the best a man can get.
Now the one Billy made in 3rd grade. Aunt Sarah's angel.
Still got the wings.
Now I need the gingerbread house.
This time of year, what can you give the woman who gives all year? This would be a great way to start. A diamond bracelet from Kay Jewelers starting from only $99.95. And you can be assured of 2 things. First, that every Kay diamond is hand-selected for exceptional beauty. And second, that she'll absolutely love it.
Nice gingerbread house.
Every kiss begins with K.
SC by 3 in game 1. Stanford by 7 in game 2. Monday night, Bob Lee moderating a roundtable discussion regarding the ongoing controversy over Augusta National's no female membership policy. The whole gang will be on hand, including Martha Burke, to debate the issue on Outside the Lines. That's Monday at 9 Eastern, only on ESPN. I'm Chris Marlowe. My partner is Heather Cox. You just saw Logan Tom. She's battling April Ross, Stanford and USC for the national championship. If you just joined us, they played earlier in the year twice and split matches. And Stanford has gone into the tank here. SC with another block.
And I was able to eavesdrop on John Dunning during that timeout. He told his team, you have to decide right now, do you want this? You've got to play with heart. Play like a warrior.
8-2 scoring run for SC. Tom, beautiful dig by the libero, Nicole Davis. Candelas with the drive. And USC gets another point. BB Candelas.
I've been so impressed with the way that Mick Haley and Paula Weissoff have coached this match. They've brought in specialists at the great positions, getting the matchups that they want.
And an ace! Off the net to the floor is good. And it's 17-9, and Stanford has to call timeout. So Mick Haley, like he did back in 1988 when he led Texas to the national championship, his team in command, and John Dunning going to have to figure out how to stop this run.
Looking to travel through the rainforest, splash with dolphins, and swim with sharks without spending a fortune? You can with Comcast Digital Cable. Call Comcast today and get your first 30 days of digital service free. Plus, we'll give you 4 free tickets to the National Aquarium in Baltimore. Explore the treasures of the sea on new networks like National Geographic Channel, Discovery Kids, and the Science Channel. Then experience nature close up at the aquarium when you add Comcast Digital Cable. But you better hurry. Tickets are limited. Call now.
You know, this used to be a good neighborhood. Now it's a mess. You got all these polyps running around.
Colon cancer almost always starts with the polyp. Get the polyp early and stop colon cancer before it even starts.
Where do you think you were running to, huh? I didn't even see you guys there.
Get the test, get the polyp,
I want to talk to my lawyer!
get the cure.
I got a phone call!
Welcome back to our national championship match. We are tied at 1 game apiece.
John Dunning before the match said this is a team of warriors. He says the definition of a warrior is a person who can focus on the next play. Every moment is a new moment. He said throughout this match, that's all I will tell my team when we're struggling. It's a new moment. Look ahead to the next play. Any single play determines who will win this match.
Well, keep in mind, even warriors get pummeled every once in a while, and that's what's happening. An 8-2 scoring run is SC. You can see in the women of Troy, their eyes, they have confidence right now. They are pummeling now.
Well, there is such a trust and a chemistry with this team. They have so much balance, so much depth, not any one superstar, and they really rely on each other to pull them through.
Substitution coming into the match is Katie Goldhahn. So when everything goes wrong, bring in another setter, and here she comes, one of the top recruited setters of a year ago, a freshman from Lodi, California.
Had an ankle injury against Cal earlier in the season. Her first action back was the first round of the NCAA tournament. She's a tremendous athlete, has gifted hands. Watch her hands. They're like butter. Just delivers a perfect set.
Setter of the future. Here comes Logan Tom, 18-10. Still, oh, and Logan souffles one into the French wall in the corner. So Logan let that one get away, and it's 19-10.
Now watch how this Stanford team responds to Katie Goldhahn. Can she lead them? A freshman playing in the national championship match.
Goldhahn back set right away, and Ivy puts it down. Goldhahn entering the match at 18-9. We shall see whether she can stir a rally. And now Sarah Dukes, who's in, the junior from Danville, California. She is the hitting specialist, and they've taken out Jen Harvey. Cross court, Namani dig, no. And April Ross, who has quietly played a marvelous game. She hits, she blocked, an amazing digger and an outstanding passer.
And she really scores points from every position on the floor. Now you see this 350 hitting percentage. You take the amount of kills minus errors, so that's 8. Now divide it by 20, and you have got the 350 hitting percentage. That is phenomenal for this match.
Ashley Robinson is back into the front line. Ross. And one of the few errors that April Ross has made. Interestingly, a lot of these players, we saw Lisa Love earlier. Lisa Love recruited the seniors on this team. Then it was Jared Elliott, who is now the coach at Texas, recruiting 2 top high school classes of players. Most of the players on this team recruited by Jared Elliott, waiting for Mick Haley to take over. Jared Elliott, the interim coach. And so it's kind of a combined effort. Talent-wise, 2013.
Yeah, Ivy's got to be careful. Looks like she foot-called it there as well.
Namani taps it down. Stanford can feel a little momentum, and Mick Haley feels it too, and he takes time out. So Mick Haley, who has his team up 20-14. Mick was a very good volleyball player in the early 60s. He was the starting setter at Ball State and the MIVA MVP in 1965. Don't forget, Wednesday, Christmas Day, ESPN has the NBA at 1:30 Eastern. The day tips off with the NBA shoot-around, and then it's Tracy McGrady and the Orlando Magic hosting the Detroit Pistons. That's at 2 Eastern. Then join ABC Sports a little bit later that day for a spectacular NBA doubleheader. Coverage begins at 5:30 Eastern. Paul Pierce leads the Celtics against Jason Kidd and the Nets in a rematch of last year's Eastern Conference Finals. Then at 8:30 Eastern, Shaq, Kobe, and the Lakers battle Chris Webber and the Sacramento Kings. NBA on ABC premieres Christmas Day. Remember, Shaq called the Kings the Queens. They will be mad and ready for bear. Part of the action. Great crowd on hand here at the New Orleans Arena. Chris Marlowe and Heather Cox. The first time that they've ever had the NCAA Division I Women's Volleyball Championship here in New Orleans. The NCAA Women's Final Four for the first time will be played here, and the NCAA Men's Final Four will be played at the Superdome in early April of next year. So the fellas that run this arena, they like to say that this is the area of NCAA Championship.
The championship era. Nick Haley has called 2 timeouts to ice the server, and both times it's worked. Tom the first time, and Ivy the second with the service error.
Out of the back line, here comes Ivy. Nice tip. They used to call that a dink, but somewhere along the line, I think in the mid-'80s, they changed that to a tip shot instead of a dink.
Watch the open hand of Ivy. That left hand comes up. That's a hard play out of the back row because that ball has to travel quite a distance without a whole lot of velocity on it.
USC's biggest lead was 9. That was tight, and a great play by number 2, Katie Goldhahn, pulling her hands down and not getting used like a carpenter.
And this is where Goldhahn is a liability. She's a smaller blocker than Anna Robinson in the front row, especially one-on-one. USC needs to set over her.
Logan Tom in the front line now. Wow, what a hit by Emily Adams. 2 blockers up, one of them Logan Tom, and she went right over the top.
Absolutely not intimidated. This is just a sophomore at 6'5", not intimidated by the Olympians.
So Emily Adams serving. USC leading by 6. Goldhahn back set. Okay, Goldhahn not afraid to go away from Logan Tom. You would think that she would just come in and set Logan, but no, she back set.
Gorgeous hands. Watch the delivery as the ball comes out of her hand. It's perfect. I mean, these hitters are salivating over the type of sets they're going to get from Katie.
22-17. Burdine over the top. Popped up. Goldhahn goes and gets it. Logan Tom. Nicole Davis, the libero with the dig. Burdine. Popped up by Logan. And she whips it over. Long rallies have favored Stanford. How about this time? No! USC puts one down point.
What I like about USC offensively, they're mixing it up. They're not at all predictable. First of all, they're spreading their offense. We talked about it being like the West Coast offensive football. They score points in a hurry. They spread the floor. They attack from every single position.
23-17 our score. Goldhahn sets left. SC, April Ross. I think that ball was going out, but it was close enough to take. Here comes Burdine. Dig by Courtney Schultz. Out of the back line. On the run, Yamasaki. Hadn't hit a ball all match. Into the middle, Osofsky, yes. Katie Osofsky.
Osofsky now 8 kills, just 1 error. Nick Haley said we have to have a presence in the middle. Katie's got to step up tonight. She's done just that.
USC with a 7-point lead. Agunan Amani checks back in for Stanford.
Look for them to use her out of the back row.
Tony Anderson serving. Good pass. And Goldhahn going over on 2. She played at Tokay High School in the Lodi area. She played volleyball, and she's a water polo player. She's got to be pretty tough.
But can you imagine the emotions, the nerves right now? John Denning having the confidence to bring a freshman who hasn't started all year in the national championship match. She changed the tempo, and she's doing just that. Has a kill, now an ace, setting this offense. That's just a lot of guts, a lot of ice running through the veins of Katie Goldhahn right now.
If you don't come back and win if you're Stanford, you certainly want to establish some momentum for Game 4. Once again, the jump float. He had 24-19. Here comes Candelas. And she hits it high over the block and out.
Now, the other thing that this helps with Goldhahn on the floor is it gives Anna Robinson a chance to take a step back, take a deep breath, and watch what's going on. Really scout so that when she goes back in, she can take care of business.
24-20. Stanford can get another point right here. They go to Ivy. Great dig by Anderson. Burdine's got it. No, out. It looked like a touch, but apparently not. And USC forced to use its final timeout. So sparked by the freshman setter. Mick Haley has won an NCAA championship. It was with Texas in 1988. His big middle blocker was number 15, Don Davenport. This was it. Texas trying to rub out Hawaii, and they did it on a Davenport stuff block. And Mick Haley, the first team east of California, outside of California, anywhere outside the West Coast to win the national championship.
And the first coach to sweep, went blazing through the tournament with 3-0 sweeps in every single match he played.
Then on to coach the Olympic team in 2000. Everybody thought they were also Rams. They ended up fourth, nearly got a medal, losing to Brazil. And Brazil getting the bronze. And he has his team in command. SC in a position where they could tighten up a little bit here, not having been in this position.
I think so. This is a young team, and Lisa Love alluded to that when I was talking to her during the intermission. She said, I'm so proud of the way they came out in game one because Stanford is much more experienced in this environment.
Oh, that ball might have been out. It was taken anyway into a soft ski, and she rips it. Good up. I tell you, with a high soft floater, it's easy just to use your hands and paw it up, and that play's legal now.
That's where the new rules really help on serve receive. You can take it above your head so much more often than you used to be able to.
Games are played to 30 points, point per play. Goldhahn back set, Logan Tom. Did she get a touch?
Oh, I saw a touch.
No touch detected.
Wow. Huge deflection on that play.
26-21. If you just get a fingernail or a micro touch, some officials will not call it.
Passing crucial right now for Stanford.
26-21. Back set over the top. Nice block by Candelas. Will they set her? No. They go to Olszewski. Look out.
Olszewski is heated up here in this game. 5 kills. Amazing. 10 kills on the night. Still just one hitting error. Look at how much she makes herself available to a setter. By the time the ball is in Anderson's hands, Olszewski is already ready to hit the ball.
Checking back in the front line is Jen Harvey. 27-21. That was a beautiful set by Tony Anderson. Perfect. Shank pass. Goldhahn nearly falls down. Ivy. Cross court. Got it. A little shallow with Davis. Hit her a little bit higher than she thought.
Now the good news for Stanford fans, Oguna Namani rotating back into the front line, which means Logan Tom serving that lethal jumper.
Tom, that's her last name, folks. Logan the first name. 3 aces. And Davis, great pass. And Ross is dug by Logan. Stanford content to rally. Ross off speed. Logan paws it up. That's okay. Here comes Namani off the bench, and she puts it away.
And this is the exact matchup John Dunning wants. Oguna in the front row, Tom in the back row. That means Tom is digging April Ross cross court. Stanford's defending her flawlessly, channeling all the balls to Tom.
Both teams are out of timeouts. 27-23. Davis shovels it up there. And a hit off the block out of bounds by April Ross. So a clutch kill for Ross at 27-23. Make it 28-23 now. Serving is Olszewski. She's got the jumper. Namani. That's the set she likes. Oh! She tees off.
That was a beautiful set. You could see Oguna turn and go, that was a great set, given that freshman setter the confidence that she needs.
Unbelievable. They just set her right on top of the block.
Well, watch the save. Goldhahn into the net, keeps that ball from going into the net, and delivers perfection.
28-24. Into the middle, Candelas strips. Stanford got a very late scouting report on Candelas. They only had a chance to watch her once or twice after not playing during the regular year. And now USC will have 5 opportunities to close out Game 3. Lindquist serving. Set left, Namani. That set was a little bit low for Oguna. This could be it right here. April Ross keeps it in play. Into the middle. McGee. April Ross for the win. She's got it. April Ross. And USC wins Game 3, 30-24.
And USC is showing tremendous tremendous balance. Burdine, 10 kills. Ross, 13. Olsovsky, 10. 3 players in double-digit kills. Impossible to pick any one player to stop.
Ross is boss, and April is playing well here in December. We're coming back. Mick Haley's squad leads it 2-1.
11 points in this young match, and we talked about the difference. USC in the 2 previous meetings had 13 aces. Stanford just 2. That's what's helped combat those 25 hitting errors that you saw at the bottom of the screen by USC.
Can Logan Tom raise her team up one more time?
Well, when she's played well, the team has won. In game 1, Logan had 1 kill. Stanford loses. Game 2, Logan has 7 kills. Stanford wins. Game 3, Logan has just 1 kill again. Stanford loses.
I think Stanford also needs to get some production from McGee in the middle.
Yeah, that would help open things up. McGee and Harvey. Harvey's not relied on for offense, but if she can provide it, it's certainly going to help open up the outside attackers.
Stanford reinsert Anna Robinson, number 3, back into the lineup. She was yanked in favor of the freshman Goldhahn, and now it's up to her to respond.
And I think that's a good move. I would have done the same thing. Give her a chance to take a breather, watch the floor, come back in and lead your team.
And that is going to be a point for Stanford. So Kayal Burdine starts serving. And it is 1-0. Set left, here comes Namani over the top. Pretty good dig there. Popped up, Schultz, left side. Namani tries to jam, can't. Set left, here comes Candelas. And she puts it away. Bibi Candelas has had an impact since she came in. 6 kills, 2 errors, 11 attempts, hitting .364.
Mick Haley called her the secret weapon, the X factor. None of these Stanford players have seen her play in person until today.
2-0 our score. This game is to 30 also. Stanford has to win this game, however, to get to game 5. USC has won 1 NCAA title in its history, and it was the first one ever played back in Los Angeles, technically Westwood, California. USC winning in 1981. And the women of Troy off to a fast start here, 3-0. And make it 4-0. Burdine. Oh, yeah.
And Logan changing things, turning this into a 3-person pass receive, brings O'Donnell back to help out the freshman libero.
And another great serve. Nobody there. It's a free ball coming up. Oh, and Logan shoots it into the left corner. A 2-hand shot. Wow, that could be a critical play. If Stanford rebounds here, that would have been 5-0 on a free ball. Instead, it's 4-1. Sarah Dukes is in. Stanford, nice dig. And nobody's going. And you can see the Cardinal getting a little bit frustrated now. And SC, happy faces, confident faces.
Yeah, passing has become a liability for Coach Dunning's squad. They've got to step in, get their body behind it, get their platform out early.
5-1 USC. Trojans turning up the heat. Namani, Doug, Anderson will set left. Candelas. And she puts it away. Bibi Candelas from Mexico gets her 7th kill. And Stanford forced to use a timeout.
And right now, offensively, credible competitor, according to John Dunning, and passes perfectly.
McGee. Sarah McGee. Let's check the McGee numbers. She has been effective when she's getting the ball. 9 kills, 17 attempts.
And look at there. Katie Goldhahn back into the match. John Dunning doing everything to change the tempo of this.
Over the top. Oh, what enough by the libero Courtney Schultz. A one-arm spear. And finally the put away for Emily Adams. 7-2 our score.
Huge dig. This is the freshman, don't forget it. A lot of people said, why would you have a freshman starting as a libero in a national championship match? Well, John Dunning has said she is the most competitive person. It's about confidence. He has absolute confidence that Courtney Schultz can handle this moment.
And he told an interesting story. He said Logan, in preseason practice, snarled at her a couple times, and the coach went over to her and said, are you okay? And she says, yeah, that doesn't bother me. I can play. She's an outstanding passer, and that's what she's got to do for this team. In addition to dig, but get the pass up to the net. Candelas. No, check that. That's Alicia Robinson in the left front line. So Robinson back in. The Gatorade Player of the Year as a high school in Arizona. And it's 8-3 Stanford.
And this is what I like about USC's game. They're just stinging Stanford with depth. I mean, everybody off the bench making a difference. And Mick Haley really fiddling with his rotations and his adjustments.
Another good pass there. They go over to Logan Tom. And they're starting to block Tom now. Into the middle and the put away. Emily Adams.
Her team All-American this year. Filling the shoes of Jen Paul. And boy, Jen, one of the all-time greats in the middle. But Emily Adams just stepping in, I think, the most improved player in the country this year in terms of making an impact.
The Adams family whooping it up right now. 9-3 our score. Back set. McGee blocks. SC trying to pull it out of the net. They do. And that one's not coming over. Davis couldn't bring it back. Davis has gone all the way as a libero, and she has done an outstanding job. 9-4. Over the top, Burdine. Beautiful tip as Burdine. Check her numbers.
The tip has been very successful against Stanford. Stanford playing deep defense, expecting the hard cross-court shot. Burdine with plenty of time to see the court.
Adams with the good serve. Set left, Tom in trouble. SC can get to 11. Here comes Robinson. Tom was there to block it. Oh, and double contact call.
And that's just a tough position that Tracy Lindquist was in, because after a long rally, that ball is actually very slippery. And if you don't contact it perfectly, it's going to spin out of your hand.
Better close up your hands, as a former setter can tell you. A long rally, get your hands together a little bit tighter. 10-5, game 4. SC wins this game. The women of Troy will be the national champions for the first time since 1981 in the Chuck Kirby era, the man that built the USC program. Now Mick Haley at the controls.
Using that double sub, once again using the 6-2 offense. You rarely see it. The reason you don't see it, most teams don't have two setters that are good enough to be on the floor.
Into the middle. Olsovsky paws it up. Candelas over the top. In Stanford.
Wow.
At 11-5. Anderson out of the back line. Here comes Ross. And she heats one up. April Ross.
USC's offense superb. Stanford has to step up defensively. Defense is what won the game against Hawaii for Stanford. We're not seeing the digs and the blocks that we saw in the semis.
12-5. Goldhahn back set to Ivy. SC there. Into the middle. Dukes with a little paintbrush. That can be a weapon, baby. And now Aguna Namani checks back in. So Duke's in the front line. Logan Tom will serve it. She has 3 aces. Stanford scores well, usually in this rotation. No. And you get the feeling that may be foreshadowing of things to come.
A lot of pressure on Logan Tom.
13-6. Quite frankly, USC outplaying Stanford now. It's not all Tom. It's just the team against the team. Namani over the top. Davis with the dig. Set left. Candelas unravels. The dig by Schultz. Out of the back line. Tom, yes.
Nice use. The freshman setter Goldhahn using Tom out of the back row. One more offensive weapon. You can hit out of the back row if you stay behind the white line. There's the white line I'm talking about. Logan has to approach from behind it. If so, she can attack the ball out of the back row.
13-7. Duke serving into the middle, and Stanford is there. So Stanford stops the quick attack, and they block Olsovsky, which has to give them confidence.
Yeah, I like Oguna's becoming much more involved. Doesn't get faked out by the setter, stays and waits on the middle.
13-8 our score. Logan Tom with the dig. Is Logan coming alive? Ashley Ivy takes a rip and gets it. 13-9.
Diversity is what this Stanford team needs. Katie Goldhahn starting to use Oguna, McGee, and Ivy across the net.
Stanford down by 4. Sarah Dukes from Danville, California. Here comes Burdine. K.Al Burdine. When you need a quiet kill, she gets it.
Just a picture of consistency. Led her team with 16 kills in the semi-win over Florida. Explosive athlete.
SC great balance. Ross leads all scorers with 14. It's 14-9, and the serve is out of bounds.
John Dunning told me in order to win this match, we have got to stop strings of points. Mick Haley's squad has scored 14 points per game on average when they're serving, which is just unheard of in the rally game.
USC on the scramble play. Goldhahn is rejected, and that wasn't Goldhahn's fault. She got a bad free ball pass too close to the net. Now SC subs. Robinson comes back into the front line.
If you're Stanford, you want to slow down the pace of this game in any way that you can. They're playing at a fast pace that Stanford can't catch up to.
15-10 is our score. Lindquist with the serve. Goldhahn back set. McGee, yes. Sarah McGee hit .431 this year. Hit .500 in the NCAA final against Long Beach last year.
And that .431 is a new Stanford single-season record for hitting percentage. Breaks Wendy Rush's of .400. I mean, 30 points higher than the previous record.
15-11. Whip it left side. Ball is blocked. Robinson again, and she heats one up down the line, working on Goldhahn. Now, Goldhahn, you mentioned it, good to reinforce. She's only 5'11". The other setter, Anna Robinson, is 6'2", so some less inches on the blocking.
Yeah, not her fault, but certainly a blocking liability. If you're USC setter, Tracy Lindquist right now, you want to set your outside hitters so they're hitting against Goldhahn.
Pretty good pass there. Here comes Logan Tom, and Tom hit it out. Tom looks a little bit fatigued to me. Just a little bit.
I think she's put a lot of responsibility on her shoulders, and it wears on her when this team's not playing well.
All right, we're coming back. USC leading 17-11.
You know, ideas and inventions come from people in all walks of life. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? If so, Invention Submission Corporation has information to help you get started. ISC is America's largest inventor service firm. Call now and learn how to submit your idea to companies through ISC's data bank and apply for a patent. Even if your idea is just to improve an existing product, call for ISC's free information.
For your inventor's information, call 1-800-652-0101.
Time to find out who made the headlines and the highlights. Who Stuart Scott and Rich Eisen review the most unforgettable stories and top plays of 2002. Best of Sports Center at 7 p.m. Followed by Sports Center's top 10 games at 8:30. Christmas Eve on ESPN.
Sunday NFL Countdown's the show that has it all. We've got intrigue in Denver, a Roadrunner in Indy, and Superman in Tennessee. When is this going to stop? Not until we clear up the AFC playoff picture. 11 a.m. Sunday on ESPN.
Mick Haley trying to become only the second coach in NCAA volleyball history to win titles at 2 schools. The other man who has done it across the net from Haley today, John Dunning. Haley won at Texas and is trying to win here. Dunning did it at Pacific and won last year. April Ross leads a very balanced attack.
Unbelievable that in 3.5 games you've already got 4 players with double-digit kills. How do you defend when there's 4 very volatile weapons across the net from you?
Let's see if April Ross can get her serve in. No, and that's normally what a timeout will do for you. Ice your server. So back in the front line comes Dukes. John Dunning spinning the wheels and substituting, moving his setter, arranging his blockers, and a pretty good serve there, and it's an ace.
I love the short serve. It looks easy, but it's not. It drops right in front of you, and even if you get a pass, you're in the way of the offense. You're in the way of where the hitters want to be.
Another short serve, that's trouble, and Logan Tom taps it straight down. So the USC serve receive needs to get its act together right now.
Drops right on top. The overpass creates an instant kill for Stanford.
17-14 our score. Burdine, nice dig by Yamasaki. They'll set Logan. It's low. Bad set there by Goldhahn. High set. Here comes Burdine. And McGee pops it up.
Look at McGee playing a little D back there.
Ashley Ivy heats it up. Ross got the dig. 2 Trojans are down. And Tom stuffs Robinson. Point. Don't count Stanford out. The defending national champs raising it up a notch.
Watch how far Logan gets over the net. She's pressing about that far. That's amazing penetration.
Back set, Robinson. Stanford can get another point right here. They'll set Logan Tom. Doug coming back over. Oh, it went straight back. That's okay. It's first contact. Tom is rejected. Robinson was there. Oh, nice hand position for Alicia, the minivan Robinson.
On the season, Stanford has been the better blocking team, but tonight, with everything on the line, USC has stepped up and contained Stanford's hitters.
Biggest lead in this particular game was 9.
I see.
18-15 now. And giving it away was Lindquist. She shouldn't have set the quick there. 3 Cardinals sitting on it. That's a pretty good set. And Tom puts it away. So give Logan Tom a good set. And here they come. A 6-1 scoring run for the Card. It's 18-16 now. Game 5, if needed, is to 15 points. It's a quickie. Set left side. Here comes Burdine. I tell you, if I'm the setter for USC, I'm setting Kay out a lot right now.
Keep going to Kay until she proves she can make a mistake. I mean, she has been virtually flawless today.
Coming back into the front line, 6'5" freshman from Mexico, BB Candelas, 8 kills and an ace.
Nick really maximizing his roster.
Over to the right side, Dukes. Oh, nearly a stuff, out of bounds. 19-17 now. This is the national championship, the final national championship this year on ESPN. Number 4 Tennessee and number 21 Texas standing by. Pam Ward, Nancy Lieberman set to bring you that right after we finish volleyball. If USC wins it, this match will be over. If not, if Stanford comes back, we go to game 5. Oh, Namani with a great dig. Olsovsky, jump pass, right side, Burdine. And it's Doug. Free ball. Set left, Candelas unravels and hits it out. Boy, she got in there a little late.
They continue to make changes. He's talking to Katie Ripp about
new 11-year contract, and this is year 1. And what a way to end it. USC and Stanford battling it out. The defending champs and the number 1 team in the nation. Adams, joust coming, maybe. Trying to shove it over, and SC is into the net. Somebody touched the net, and it's a point for Stanford. Stanford got a very bad start in game 4. They were down 7-1. And John Dunning calling timeout, switching setters, down 9 at one point. They've come all the way back. 23-22. Candelas. No, check that. That's Robinson again. Excuse me. Robinson in the left front. Big, tall, and rangy like Candelas. And she puts it away. Now, Logan Thomas back into the front line. Serving as April Ross.
Stanford wants her to step in and take about 50% of the court here and pass Ross's serve.
She does. It's not good, though. And Emily Adams, is that good? Over the net. Lindquist sets left. Burdine puts it away.
USC Stanford's changes perfectly. They recognize that Goldhahn is in this match. She is the blocking liability. So now USC is going down the line, and they have found success with it.
Substitutions coming in. In the USC win on the road. SC was up 5, and Stanford came back. Can the Cardinal do it here? McGee hit it out. And now USC closing in the national title, just 4 points away. Set Logan, and she tips it off the block out of bounds. The set was kind of tight. Goldhahn just hanging in on those sets, trying to get the ball to her best player.
And she will continue to establish Tom. In every situation she can, she will get the ball to the outside to Tom.
Back to the short serve. Out of the back line, here comes April Ross. She's blocked. She covers herself. Over to the left side for Burdine. SC content to rally. Whip it over to Logan Tom. She gets it back. Back to Tom. And she kills it cross court. The 2-time NCAA Player of the Year. They have tipped it off in Austin, Mick Haley's former city. And Tennessee has the first 3 of the game. We'll get you there as soon as we can. This one going right down to the wire.
Back into the match to block a ball. Had 8 blocks in the semifinal win.
26-24. Set left. Burdine is open. And she puts it away. K.L. Burdine in a nice set by Lindquist. 15 kills for Burdine. SC closing in. 27-24. Emily Adams will serve it. She served it into the net. Rally scoring that cost you a point. A huge service error to make it 27-25. Now, the freshman Goldhahn will serve. Katie Goldhahn at the line. Jen Harvey back in the front. Both teams are nervous, especially USC. Burdine got it back up. Trouble there. Lindquist. Killian rips it. Lauren Killian, the senior.
And that might have been the biggest kill in Killian's career.
Say that.
Not played well
again.
Offensively in the national semis, but comes up huge when her team needs her.
Her father, Donnie, won a title in '77. Now she will serve it up. 28-25 our score. Logan Tom tips it. SC can get to 29 right here. April Ross. She's got it! April Ross. And USC is going to have 4 chances to win the national title. And fittingly, it's a senior, Lauren Killian, to serve. Killian, Lindquist is in the front row. SC out of subs. And Logan Tom puts it away. So let's watch now.
Right now has to recognize Lindquist is stuck in the front row. She is a very small blocker. Stanford's got to match up with her. Set whoever's blocking against Lindquist.
Second championship point for Stanford. Logan Tom. Who's going to put the ball down for SC? Olszewski! It's over! USC wins its first national championship since 1981.
Nick Haley had said earlier this week this was the best volleyball team in the modern era, and they proved it today.
USC wins the NCAA title, the first since '81. Their second overall. The women of Troy avenge their only loss of the season. And what a win for the University of Southern California Trojans. Stanford fails to repeat as NCAA champs, but what a match it was. The Cardinal finishes at 32-5. So the USC Trojans knocked out in the regional final a year ago. Heather Cox, they come back to win it all in 2002.
And they knew this was their year. So much balance, so much depth, and they played with the confidence and maturity that people were wondering if they had it. They proved that they had it.
And one of the great careers in NCAA volleyball history comes to a close. The career of Logan Tom. Her next acting appearance will be in the 2000 Olympic Games in Greece. Once again, the final score, USC, the women of Troy, are the new national champions. Coming up next on ESPN2 Women's Basketball, the number 4 ranked Tennessee Volunteers visiting number 21 ranked Texas Longhorns. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. For Heather Cox and the rest of our crew, I'm Chris Marlowe. Let's now head to Austin and join Pam